Okay, welcome back. We are picking up from building this guessing game. So where we left off, we have just echoed to the user whatever they have input. Okay, what's the logical next iteration that we can do here? Let's look at the sort of spec. Let's actually get the spec and then write it somewhere because I don't want to have to keep referencing it. Okay, so we prompt the user to guess. We've done that. Tell them too high or too low. So I guess we have to do some maths, greater than, less than, but I don't actually know how to do that in C. Okay, so if I were to do this in JavaScript, it'd be like if guess number greater than goal number, printf too high, guess again. And then do we have an else if? Else if guess number less than goal number. Wait, what am I doing? That's in here, right? Printf too low, guess again. Okay, and then finally else printf great success. You have guessed the correct number, which is so percentage D, and it's actually just goal number here. Okay, we'll do this, except obviously it's going to run one time, so we need to loop it, right? But let's just see if I can practice my GCC memory, right, without having to consult the AI. So it's dash output guessing game, and then we're using guessing game.c. And it's saying that the scan result, scanf, is never used. That's the guess number. Yeah, I guess that's for error handling, which we'll do later. So if I just run / guessing game, enter your guess, 9. You've entered 9 as your guess. Too low, guess again. And then that just exits. So it's working as intended, but it's not working as a fully completed program. That's fine. Next step, how do we put this in a loop? Repeat until they get it right. That's the loop, right? So it did say that there was like a while, do while, and for loop. So I am guessing that it's a while expression. So while the guess number is not equal to the goal number. I have no idea if this is correct. This is probably not correct, right? But the logic is while it's not. So this is after they've entered in the guess number. While it's not the same, I'm going to do this bit here and cut it and put it in here. And then we're going to copy this line. We're just going to scanf again, ask for the guess number again, I don't know exactly how to get out of this loop. I'm guessing it's a return, or if it just returns when the condition just isn't met, which I'm going to assume that, and so I'm going to put the success criteria down here, get rid of this else block, and so, oh, so it's not okay, yeah, so the double equals thing is probably just the JavaScript thing, right? So let's see if it makes sense here. All right, we can just get rid of scan result for now, because we're not doing error handling. So scanf asks them for the number. You've entered this as your guess, and then we do enter a while loop. As long as the guess number is not the goal number, then it does this logic and tells them to guess again. After which it'll take in another input and put that straight into the memory address of guess number. And once it exits this loop, which I'm guessing is when this no longer is the case, we'll go great success. All right, let's try that. Eight. You have entered 8 is too low. 70. 70 is too low. 80. 80 is too low. 90. 90 is too low. 99. Okay, there's some, I guess. Oh. How do I use rand? I'm guessing it's like, we never told it that the upper bound is 100, right? So is it something like this? How do I tell rand? How do I set an upper limit on rand? Because this will keep going until it's like 909, 999, right? Okay, I wonder like how far this goes. This is kind of... I'm curious why my current... I'm curious in my current iteration, all numbers I enter hit the too low section. What's going on and what's the limit of rand when I don't limit it to any digits, digit number. Mystery solved. Line 8 has no modulo, so rand is returning a number between 0 and rand max, which is typically 2.1 billion. That's why. But then this is too low. So your goal number is something... okay, but y is too low as well. The C standard guarantees it's only 32,767. I'm guessing we're reaching some sort of overflow situation where it just can't figure it out. So our system is maxing out. The AI is thinking it's 2.1 billion. When you type a number that huge, scanf overflows, and you get garbage. Okay, let's take a note. Session 4, I'm guessing game 2. So, rand is upper bound by, what is it, rand max, which is about 2.1 billion. And then anything higher than that causes a scanf overflow. So any input higher than that? Input higher than that causes scanf overflow and we get garbage. Also scanf like this %d is only 4 bytes, so it physically can't store a value larger than the 2.1 billion. Cool. All right. So we need to put an upper limit on the rand, right? The rand modulo n gives you 0 to n minus 1. Okay, why does that happen? Why does this happen? Because if it's a 2.1 billion and then you're modulo doing a modulo, unless modulo is not doing what I think it's doing. If you divide any number by n, the remainder, yeah, okay, cool. So modulo is a remainder. If you divide it in by n, the remainder can only be 0 through n minus 1. It can never reach n itself because at that point it divides evenly and the remainder resets to 0. So it's using math tricks. I am not a math guy. I actually like programming because it's more similar to English than maths. But okay, so the remainder, when we're doing the modulo, we're going, when you divide by 100, when you divide by 101, what's the remainder? And so if it's 200 divided by 101, the remainder is 1. So it always goes down to 1. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So yeah, I don't know why we'd have to do the 100 plus 1. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, let's compile that, run it again, enter your guess. 60. Too high. That's the first time we've hit too high. That's a good sign. 40 is too high. 30 is too high. 20 is too high. 10 is too low. 15 is too high. 13 is too low. 14. Great success. You have guessed the correct number, which is 14. Heck yeah, dude. This is working. So the next step, the next iteration that we would want to do is to tell the user how many times they've guessed. But we're going to leave it here. This was a successful increment of our little guessing game. Stay tuned for more. Please like and subscribe.